humbled to be here. I appreciate you inviting me, and I appreciate what this post does for the veterans and for the memory of those who have gone on before. And I thank you all for your service. I thank Congressman Westerman. If I'd have known the congressman was going to be here, I'd have said, well, you need to get him to speak. You don't want me talking. But I definitely appreciate you being here, Congressman. Thank you very much for your service. But this service today is not about veterans. It's not about us. It's about those that have gone on, those that have paid that supreme sacrifice. Captain just went on to explain about Decoration Day and how it became Memorial Day, and it's a proud and it's an honored thing to memorialize those that have died in battle for their country. To honor those who have died in war goes back to iniquity. The Athenian leader Pericles, in his tribute to the fallen in the Peloponnesian War of 2,400 years ago, he could apply that today to the over 1 million Americans who have died in our nation's wars. His comment was, not only are we commemorated by columns and inscriptions, but there dwells also an unwritten memorial of them graven not on stone, but in the hearts of men. Those that have passed on before us, those that we served with, those that are members of our family and our extended families, they are engraved in our hearts and in our memories and in the hearts of men. I was going through some records of when my Uncle Merle was killed in Korea in 1951 on March the 1st. He was a 22-year-old young man. And one of the things that struck me so much about his death was it was almost 7.5 months later before he was returned to Arkansas to be buried. I can't imagine the pain of waiting that length of time to bury a loved one that was killed in battle. But then I had to remember those that never returned at all, those that are lost at sea, those that were buried on foreign ground. And I also have to remember the approximately 1,500 of the MIAs from Vietnam that have yet to be recovered. How is the closure for those families? You know, I'm ashamed to admit it, but I have not always observed the spirit and the solemnness of this day. Even after 4 of my classmates that I graduated high school with lost their lives in Vietnam. Mike Thomas, Bert Jeffries, Tommy Young, Tony Fuller. I thought back over the years of these men and the guys that I went to school with, you know, and occasionally I would stop and I would think of them. I would thank God for their service and their sacrifice. But I never really observed the memorial days up until about 5 years ago. See, my attitude had a radical change about then. After my son Adam was killed in Afghanistan, I did realize the sacrifice that these men make and the cost for the loved ones. And I can never again take for granted the men and women who serve and sacrifice so that you and I can sleep comfortably in our beds and spend our days as a free people. See, Adam died doing something that he dearly loved doing. He was very proud to be a Navy SEAL and a Tier 1 operator. We are really blessed to have so many wonderful people who are truly thankful and appreciative of Adam's service and sacrifice. Even if you're a NASCAR fan, yesterday the Coca-Cola 600, their car number 3 had Adam's name on the windshield. Of all the 43 cars that were in that race, each one of them had a name of someone that has fallen in battle. See, our country, we do care about those that have gone on, and we do memorialize them. We do appreciate their service, because they, especially today with our volunteer service, they don't have to do it, but they do it. They do it well, and they do it willingly. Of the 17 men that were with Adam the night that he was killed on that raid in Kunar Province, those 17 men became very good friends of our family, and they supported us. But on August the 6th of 2011, 13 of those men were on that Chinook helicopter that crashed in Afghanistan. Wow. They also lost their lives. Those were Adam's teammates. Those were the ones that risked their own life trying to get Adam off that mountain. In December of 2000, Congress passed and the President signed the National Moment of Remembrance Act. I would encourage each of us to pause at 3 o'clock this afternoon and just spend a minute in silence to remember and honor those who have died in the service to this nation. That was that act that was passed, and I'm afraid that it's not observed. I'd like to quote the last few verses of Alfred Lord Tennyson's poem in Memorandum. It says, I hold it true, whate'er befall. I feel it when I sorrow most. 'Tis better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all. We love this country. We love our children. And we love this great state of Arkansas. We've lost Adam, but we have lost and gained a bigger family in those that support and those that come alongside of us to help us in these hard times. You know, I'm sure we're gonna play taps after a while. And I didn't realize up until about November of last year that taps have words to that song or to that melody. There are lyrics that have been written. I've tried to sing those, and you don't want me to do that again. But I would like to quote the lyrics of Taps. It says, day is done, sinks the sun, and the stars all appear. Rest in peace, compatriots dear. God is near. You know, God is always near to us. God is always there for us. I can't help but think of what the men told me about Adam's last two words. The last two words that he spoke were, "I'm okay." And I'm confident that he is okay. Because, see, Adam had made preparations for his eternity. And I know that he is with Jesus Christ now. Thank y'all so much.